welcome to a FaceHammer video where we're going to talk about the unboxing of the MEGA-GARGANT. I'm really excited about this. So luckily enough, been able to send one of these early from Games Workshop. So really appreciate that. You see the box art. You've got all the variants and all the stuff you normally see in the box. It's quite a chunky one. It's fairly thick. You can see it's quite a big box. It's sort of like a start collecting box size. So I haven't actually opened this yet. So we're going to see what we get inside. That's the first time I've opened that. So you've go in here. You've got the instructions, sort of typical GW. Oh, nice little cool pink colour on there. Tells you how to build the variants. And it goes through the assembly. I want to actually check on this how easy it would be to magnetize if you wanted to have a variant you could change. Now it looks to me like the head area on these and the arms, you've got separate arms as well, they join, you can see where they join. You might be able to do something with that if they're not common. Obviously there's a lot of stuff around the belly and stuff that you would have to just accept is not interchangeable. I don't know until I get to build it. I can't say. Obviously, like the back piece for the kraken-eater, it might be quite tricky to sort of do a multi build. It's fairly complicated from a kit. I mean obviously we expect it to be fairly big. 130mm round base. I know some people want to ask some cool options like the crow and things like that. What we got with the gate breaker, it's a bit more simplistic, a bit less swag on him. I do really like the this big bell bit here, and the head. I really like the head and the way it's built here. He looks a bit simpler to build actually. I think that might be the one I'm doing anyway, but I just completely missed the war stomper. It wasn't intentional, guys, sorry. So kraken-eater, and then I think that adds the war stompers there. So yeah, again I think the kraken-eater is probably the most complicated one to build because it's got all this very fine hanging off stuff. All this stuff on the belt here, which looks a little bit more complex. You've got this kind of like swag belt that you've obviously Batman utility belt. But cool, let's have a look at the model then. Let's have a look at the sprues. So I'm going to put this to one side so you can look at these. It looks like this is the gate breaker pieces. That's the tentacle, that's off the kraken-eater. And you've got this really nice textured wood here. The skin you can see is very textured as well. You can see it's got like ridges in it. That's the kraken-eater's belly piece, like this like netting, portcullis. You can see here you've got this cracked skin. You can see it's almost like that's his foot. I think that's the ankle. So that you see the cracked skin at the bottom. That's really cool. My feet look like that. They get like that when you get old and dry. And again, you've got your lots of detail in here. Actually, it's quite an intense kit. I think quite an challenging to paint. I was going to try and paint one up for the weekend. I might struggle with this. So you've got your club. You've got your that's cool. That's got like the skin. And if you can see that, that's like the Idenef skin. So it's almost like he's put it as like a van brace. It's sort of like it's tied on with netting. I do really like the kraken-eater, but I think that's a bit more of a intense paint job to do that one. And I play Def, so I'm probably going to do a gate breaker as my first one. And again into another sprue. I'll move that out of the way. I'll make it a bit clearer. Cheeky little face there. Cheeky little face. This cool bag. This like bag of stuff. Again, there's like a shell, there's like a dude, there's a guy, like a sailor who's half eaten, and that's like the cow from the gate breaker. That's really cool. It's the war stomper's mouth. And this is the kraken-eater head here. This is the back of the boat. And you've got this, the other half of the bag with this shark fin or like dolphin or whatever that fish is sticking out. This is at the bottom of the net. So this net I really like. I really, really like. He's got like these barnacles on the back. This is really cool. I think the it's like a little mini, like a pirate head. That's cool. I reckon like you'd want that for like your Cities of Sigmar army or something. He's got a hole in the back of the head though, I think. But yeah, so maybe not. But no, he's cool. It's like a little pirate head. You could use that on a conversion actually. That's quite cool. Like this shield. This is like a mini version of the shields you get on the Stonehorns on the sort of the shoulders. Like you get that kind of nice sort of patterning. That's really sweet. So then you've also got the this dude who's been hooked. He's through the mouth. That sucks to be him. That again, look, this is Stonehorn. Look, this is for the Warstomper. I think these are Stonehorn horns. I like the continuation. Again, this bit here is very much like the Stonehorn kit. Actually, if you're doing a Stonehorn, there's some stuff in here you could really use to swag up your Stonehorn. But I think that like, and you would have it spare as well, because like the Warstomp, if you built a different one, you'd have these bits spare. I really like the continuation between the ranges. Like you've got this like paddle with this face on it. That's cool. So you've got like the IDNF stuff. You've got the stuff that's on, you know, your kind of Beastclaw Raider stuff. You've got all this continuation through the ranges where they've used like design from other ranges. And that's like the portcullis on the Death Guy as well. Now, if you look at the skin here, this might be hard. I must just do it in the light. You can see the skin actually on here. It has got a texture to it. It's not smooth. You can see it on the belly. Like as you do this, you can see all these little ripples. So I think it'll be really important to be very, very light with your undercoats to make sure you don't mask this detail. And I think if you use washes, you can, or like a glaze, you'll really pick that detail out at the end. I think it's going to be really super important to ensure that you don't use like a very thick base coat. So I wouldn't use army painter sprays if you want to actually see any of the detail. I airbrush a lot of my base coats. Again, I know that some painters just paint straight over plastic because they're bonkers, but yeah, I would say avoid heavy base coats because you want to keep this detail. So you can see on here like this skin texture on the chest piece. As I move it in the light, you can see it on the actually. It's not just smooth. I really like the cracked heels. I think that's a really nice touch. Cool little bit of towage. Yeah, so that's it. And you've got like the guy being held here, the arm and the legs. So quite a big kit, and obviously the base for people who care about that. So obviously quite a it's a Great and Clean One base, so not quite as big as Archeon, but I think this is going to be the when you play with these, it's going to be quite hard to deliver the damage where you want. I mean, thankfully the reach on these guys is quite high. I think it's 3, which is good, which is why I think they'll make good allies, because they'll be able to sit behind so 2s and 3s for the reach. So I think as allies they'll be able to sit behind, so you can see here like they've got their reach is 2 and 3, so I think they'll be able to sit behind like an infantry wall and fight over the top. And they do have 35 wounds, so they are pretty tanky, and I think, you know, they'll make a good addition to some armies. I think if you've got an equivalent, because they're like 480, 490 points, if you've got an equivalent of a big guy, you might not actually want to take one of these over, like a Maw Crusher or Star Drake or something like that, or you know, Alaria or somewhere. But I think the models are fantastic, and I think an all Gargant army is going to be a really interesting experience to play with. I'm really looking forward to getting my build on. It looks like they've hidden the mold lines very well, and there's a lot of stuff goes to the top, and cleaning this up might be really easy. So for example, like you've got this cowl the seam, the mold line will be around the edge of the cloth anyway, so there's really nothing to clean up. So it should be quite quick to build. These sort of modern kits, they very little mold line on them, to be honest. The seal is so good. I'm looking at this and I'm barely struggling to see a mold line to take off. Yeah, they are, the new kits are just so good. So I'm gonna build one. I'm gonna build a giant and try and get him painted for the weekend. So that's the unboxing. You know, it's a lot of Gargant. I hope that was useful, and I'd say thanks for watching, and we'll be doing some more content around the Sons of BEHEMAT. So thanks very much. If you like it, give us a like, subscribe, watch the video where I go through the battle tome. We'll be doing a full battle tome review from competitive play point of view, and if I get my Gargant built and painted, I'll do a how to paint video, much like some of our hobby videos where I just talk through how I went approach the model and what I did, and little pitfalls and things to look out for. So yeah, if you liked it, thanks very much, and cheers for watching.